Last month, my son Ethan was nearly taken from me physically and legally while the entire town protected a predator dressed as a janitor. I lost custody for 48 hours and nearly my sanity. Now Victor Morrison is behind bars, and the news won't stop replaying my scream outside the courthouse. But it's not over. I won't stop until every adult who enabled him is held accountable. I used to think the school was the safest place for Ethan. When Mr. Doyle returned after suspension, Vic Morrison shook his head in disgust, calling it a disgrace. I felt oddly reassured. Vic always made parents feel safe, but Ethan started clinging to me after school, whispering about the man with keys. I told myself it was nothing, just a phase. Looking back, the signs were blinking neon. I ignored them. During parent-teacher night, Vic stood by the doors, smiling and greeting everyone like a hometown hero. I introduced him to Ethan's father. Trying to ease tensions, Vic chuckled about bathroom incidents and tight budgets, and everyone laughed, but Ethan gripped my hand, refusing to meet his eyes that night. I found Ethan's drawing Vic's crooked grin, a crying stick figure, and a janitor's cart. I tucked it away, dismissing it as imagination I shouldn't have. Ethan started wetting the bed again, something he hadn't done in years. I asked his teacher, Ms. Raines, about any bullying. She paused, then said, "Kids go through phases." That same week, Vic caught me in the hallway, asking if Ethan was acting out at home. His smile was too knowing. That night, Ethan begged not to go to school. I pressed him, but he clammed up. I called my ex. He blamed me for overreacting. I requested a meeting with the principal. She smiled too tightly, brushing off my concerns. "Vic's been with us for years," she said. "A model employee." I mentioned Ethan's drawings, but she claimed children misinterpret things. I showed her a new one, Vic's cart next to a crying boy. Her smile faded. "You should focus on Ethan's behavior," she snapped. I left, furious. That night, my custody hearing update arrived. Vic was listed as a character witness. I called Thomas Doyle, the teacher who once got suspended for false accusations. He hesitated but finally agreed to meet. At a coffee shop, he slid a flash drive across the table. "Watch the folder named Room 237. I asked if it involved Ethan. "It's bigger than him," he said. At home, I watched grainy footage of Vic entering classrooms unsupervised late hours. No logged maintenance. My stomach turned. I emailed my lawyer. She never replied.